Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is going to be the new Wednesday YouTube video about budgeting. So I thought I'd start off with telling you what I've done in the past, what isn't working, and what I'm using now, and what I'm trying to do in the future. So the last year, so started in July, I got this great deluxe monthly Erin Condren planner. And I would plan out my bills and all that, and it was great. However, and I was kind of following the Dave Ramsey plan. So I would create a budget, and then everything would get paid that was listed, but I didn't really save any money, pay off any debt, a large chunk, because I just didn't feel like I really knew what I was doing. Besides, I made the budget. I've got that part down. How do I actually create a flow of working? So then this last November, I saw the Budget by Paycheck workbook, and I was really intrigued by it. After using it, I will say it's a little daunting. My actual future goal is to make a budget binder that I feel would be work more for me and maybe for others. So we will get started this book. So this book, I think you can order it in November every year. I know you can get the just the paper version, which honestly, these, I dropped this, or I should say my son dropped it. So these kind of got out of whack. So now when I turn, it doesn't always turn very well. So, and these are the envelopes that came with it. So I love the design. They're kind of fun. What I will say is, let me go to a blank month here. So this is the monthly calendar. It always comes blank. So you can go ahead and fill out the dates above the little line. Somehow I got confused about that, but it's pretty obvious that that's what you're meant to do. So you'd list all of your bills here. And so I will flip back to my first month of that. The first month was in a weird order. I don't know if it got put together wrong, or let's just go to last month. That's easier. So here's kind of what it looks like. And I put the dates, like I said. See, issues. I dated everything, and then I love highlighting off things, so that is cool. So I list off everything, and then this just happened a few days ago, so I didn't quite finish the month. But this is how I did it. The first month I actually didn't highlight the different paychecks. Again, I'm going to try to find this, and it was put somewhere weird. There it is. So the first month I did a more basic, just kind of list everything, and I highlighted as I went. And again, I didn't highlight everything. And then it's neat. You can write your goals this month. So again, my first goal for January is literally just to stay on this track. But, so that's the first step, is to fill out all your bills. What I didn't like is, there's nowhere to put like a budget. You can list all your bills, but what I like about what I had used, sorry, everything's falling over. What I had used with this one is you would put all these things on just like the Budget Mom, and I had the transaction log, spending tracker, all of that, but I made a September budget. This is my September budget. So every month I had a budget, and I liked having that to see. And so really there's nowhere to put that. It's just the month of what you write down. So that is one thing I like this better, and I'm actually using both of these kind of together. So for March, I went ahead and entered my budget. So let's switch over to that. So March. Okay. So I created my budget. So I would say the first thing to do, if you don't have anything or you're wanting to get started, is create your budget. So the best way to do this is go through your checking account. So I went through my checking account and listed all of the debt. So we have a lot of family debt, business debt, personal debt, medical debt. So I am showing real numbers here, trying to be transparent, so that for those of you who are really struggling as well, you know that, hey, debt happens. So here I am. I'm making a difference by actually getting control of my finances. My husband and I are doing this as a team. I just like the nerdy part of planning. So make your list. If you don't know, the best part is to go to your checking account, look at all this. So this is not anything but actual bills I have to pay. I do have my utilities in here, and then I do have automatic draws and things I have to pay. So this is all the things I have to pay in a month. It is very daunting. So then what I will do is come over here and transfer all of these names onto here. So I will go ahead and do that. I will pause so you don't have to watch the whole thing. Okay, so I went ahead and filled out the numbers, and I thought I'd talk while I'm doing the other part. So really all I do is I add in the bill and its due dates. I don't put the number down because I do that on the second page, and I just didn't want to constantly be fixing it. So, and sometimes I abbreviate if they're really long. So if you have a budget like I do, which is extremely overwhelming, and it's, years of hard work to get it to look to this level, so, or maybe not hard work is not the right answer, but anyways, but knowledge is power, and I really urge you to do this because nothing is going to change or get any better until you actually take control of it. So go ahead and get your list out and list everything from your bank account that needs to be paid on a regular basis. And some of these dates, like the 7th, kind of got filled. And so that's the 8th, but it's going to be the same paycheck. And since the 7th on Saturday, anyways, it won't come out till the 9th. So, doesn't have to be exact. But yeah, so I'm filling all this out. And one thing I will say about this program, the Budget Mom, is to me it can be extremely overwhelming, and I think that's in budgets in general because everybody's like, oh, you need cash envelopes, you need sinking funds, you need all these things. It's like, I'm just trying to stay above water. That sounds very overwhelming to me. So I will show you what I have done, and it is kind of a baby step program for this. I am still following Dave Ramsey. However, I do not have $1,000 in checking or in savings. I do have some money, a little money saved up, but I chose to just pay off a credit card. So I do have room on a credit card. This is not highly his way at all, but that makes sense to me. Instead of getting $1,000 in the account, I could always put on a credit card. I just want to pay off my interest and get things paid off. So that is why I do that. I do recommend, if you have the ability or the chance, to get that $1,000 saved up. It was kind of funny. The first time I needed to use it, I was really frustrated, but because I feel like, oh, I gotta start all over. But at the same time, I'm like, but I had money instead of, putting it on credit cards and wasting it. So once I get a little bit under my belt, I will go back and get that $1,000. But for right now, I'm in a position where I really just need to get some stuff paid off so that I can get a little ahead. So I've chosen not to do that exactly. I do think you have to do what works for you so that you can get this started. The most important thing is starting it. So that is why I am really urging you to just make your list. And then what I did is I printed my checking, everything that went through my account, and I highlighted all the things that happen every month. Because when you do a budget, the very first time I did a budget, I thought it was hilarious that you have to do it every month. And I realized the importance of that is because it changes every month. You have different bills, different times of the year, and all that stuff. So it was interesting to myself to think, oh, I need to do one every month. So that's the best way. Stick it on. And then all the extras, think if they're actually going to happen this month. So are you actually going to do all of the things you spent money on? Some of mine's medical. Sometimes it goes away. Sometimes it comes back. I have a lot of medical debt over the years. So this is what that can do for you. So now that I've gotten this, what I liked that I had done last month is the highlighting per paycheck. So instead of like this week was one paycheck, some of my, I had to this is the first 2 months are horrible. First 2 weeks are horrible. This gets really easy, as you can see. Sorry, stop recording. So the bulk of my stuff is due at the beginning of the month. So I liked highlighting exactly what the check covered because it didn't per se have to cover each week. So, the first time I did it strictly by when they were due and tried to stay within that paycheck. The second month I did what made sense to me in the sense that this whole paycheck could go that far. This one was pretty short. And then this one, I did the whole last of the month by that because the paycheck that should have gone here actually needs to go to the next month of March to help cover those first struggling weeks. So, first step, lay out all your debt and your due date. Again, just get a blank calendar. Use this to get you started. Next, so what you do is you do your paycheck dates. So my paycheck date, I end up actually cashing them or depositing them on March 2nd. So I will put March 2nd. So I'm going to go ahead and fill out the income that I have for this week. And then I will fill out the bills that I have that only are this week. So when you look at that calendar, I'm going to go through the 7th of Saturday. I might include that in next month's paycheck. Or next week's. I just got to figure out how it goes. So this week's paycheck needs to be able to cover all these things plus your other general food and all that. So bills, acuity. I did this in pencil first, by the way, so I highly recommend that. So I will say I am not using this to the full extent because I do feel it's super overwhelming to start it all. And my goal is to just get things a little bit more taken care of so that I can get a little farther along before I decide that I need to use all of it. And some of it doesn't make sense to me. When I have no money, I don't know how I'm going to do sinking funds. So, all right. So, honor the dates and budget a little bit and income in just a second. So, I fill this out and then I will do the cash envelopes. One of my favorite parts actually about this entire book, and I've gotten many compliments when I go to the bank, is at the end of each month is this cash envelope. And a little sticker, or not sticker, a little piece of paper, and it shows all the differences in what denominations you want. Denominations? That's not the right word. Maybe it is. Anyways, what different amounts you want, and then you cut this out and take it to the bank. So it's really nice to do that. So what I will do is take my income that I have so far, minus my bills, and I'll see what's left and see what I can put in my envelopes for my cash. This has helped me tremendously. I have saved a ton of money by not buying something that's $5 here, $5 there, because I have cash and I don't want to waste my cash on that. So, sinking funds. Again, I am not doing this portion of it yet because just managing the actual budget and the cash is like it for me. It's way too much to do all this. So, I'm doing the bill part, the envelopes, and I'll show you. One good thing I'm doing with sinking funds, though, so that I haven't totally abandoned it, is I have written down as I come across things that I know would be great long time, yearly things. So dryer vents, dentist cleaning, school registration fees, accounting, the yearly heating and maintenance, all of these things that do happen every year that do come up. So that is what kind of the purpose of a sinking fund is by the time this comes up, you would have the money saved. You would divide that into 12 months. I do find it's hard to get started because it's usually when it's due and you can't do that. So I probably will start adding the sinking fund as we get farther into it. Okay, so I have the different dollar amounts. I don't fill out the date. To me, that's not important. It's being covered with this paycheck, so I don't feel a necessity to have to enter all of that every time. So let's see what the income is for the month. This is really cool also to have because there's really nowhere to, kind of plan out stuff. So I do like having this access. Obviously, you don't need a, $45 Erin Condren planner, but hey, why not? So I use this to do, of course I did not break it down correctly for the month. So let's see. And let's get my paychecks in here. So, oh my goodness. I don't remember what the weekly amount is. I am being transparent, but I'm also trying to keep some of it private, just because of the need to do that for certain people. Okay, so my income this month is, or this week, oh my goodness, it's $23.29.77. So if I add up just the bills, this is not very exciting, sorry, but I cannot talk and add at the same time. Okay, so that comes to, I'm going to write down a separate piece of paper, so that comes to $14.96.81. So I don't know what our fuel section is, so what I'm using this for is kind of extra. So I have babysitting for work that I need to account for, and that's varies all the time. And then fuel. I don't like to do a cash envelope for fuel because I tend not to always have it on me, or if my husband needs to get gas, then he can't use it. So I do use that on the debit card. I don't know how much because I don't know technically right now where either of our cars are. So I just put those two amounts because I know I might spend some of that this week, but I don't know what it is, and I may not. So I do put it over here just in case. That's kind of what I'm using. So regard, no sinking funds here, just some other expenses that come up that I'm not sure when they're going to come into effect, if they're going to come into effect at all. I also, if I spend things that I need paid back for from work or a family member or anything like that, I do mark that here as well, so I know that it's not technically exactly part of my budget because I'm getting paid back. So as I fill up, I will actually write fuel and the dollar amount here, but this is just a reminder to me to add those items. The next part is, so if I subtract those two totals, I have quite a bit left. However, I haven't done any of my budget envelopes yet. So let's add that in first, and I will tell you what I do for budget envelopes. So part of the Budget Moms, she has some challenges, and so I am doing the challenges. So January was, I don't even remember what January was. Oh, well, one of January's was to start saving. Take how much Christmas money you have. So I went back to what we spent this last Christmas and then divided it by 11 months and then divided it by 4. So there's 2 months. I know we have 5 weeks. I'm choosing that as an extra, so I'll either add it or save up that money to put it towards something else. So I am now saving that weekly amount for Christmas every week. And it was really funny. I did my March budget. I was a little frustrated because it was super tight. But then I kind of had to have a reality check because I have so far saved every week for Christmas, and how exciting that will be come Christmas that I will completely have it saved up in cash. So yes, I still have debt. I'm not paying off, but I will be able to do Christmas in cash. So I'm excited about that. So I'll show you what my budget envelopes are, or cash envelopes. So I have birthdays. And I really don't know how much I put. I just kind of randomly choose how much I put in there based on whose birthday is coming up, how much money I want to have. So Hawks was first, and we kind of bought everything at Christmas time, so we didn't really spend a lot on him. Next is my dad, and we're actually going to end up giving him a TV that we had that's better than the one they have, so that was free for us. And then my soon-to-be 15-year-old is the next birthday, and then mine. So I just kind of throw $50 here and there at it, and then so it's birthdays. I like to put how much is in there so I know. So like I said, my 15-year-old's birthday is coming up. Currently we have $70, so probably should be enough, but I am that parent that overdoes it with the kids. So $70 is what's in there. So I'll figure out how much I want to put in there. I'll probably, like, for this month, probably try to put another 25. I just we'll see with that one. Then I had eating out. That one is completely wiped out this month. For a while I had a little extra, but it is completely wiped out. So eating out, all right, eating out has 0 in it currently. And for this week, I've spent some stuff on debit card because I was not able to get my cash out yet. So for this week, I'm actually going to put no eating out money. That'll be next week. Next is household. So it also has 0, but this really lasts about 3 months of putting random money in it. We currently don't need anything this week, and I think we'll be okay. So I'm going to also put that as 0. And then, so part of the Budget Mom is she does have her monthly thing. So as you may have seen in a previous page, I showed the 2, let's see where it is. Anyways, I don't remember what it is, but the 2 challenges are every dollar. So every dollar, when I get my cash envelopes, if any of it changes out and has $1, or I get dollars doing something, anytime I use cash, I put it in here. And so with the first challenge, it was, you had to spell out a word and take cash for, part of it. And I ended up with $70 extra, which helped pay for my dental, which wasn't very exciting, but hey, I got that paid off and don't have a bill. So that's what that is. So I just keep that with my cash envelopes, and as I get dollars, I put that in there. Groceries has been tough. I haven't really been focusing on trying to do, really cheap. The first month I did $800 for a family of 5. And then the last month I did $500, and this month I want to stay at $500 as well. Because, again, I wasn't able to get cash out. We already went to Costco. We're going to try to make it last 2 weeks. So for additional funds this month, I'm going to just put for groceries this week, I want to add $50 to it, just to start getting it filled back up. Entertainment, I wrote upside down, so let's talk about how irritated I am with that, but c'est la vie. So entertainment, again, we have really gone all out in our envelopes the last few weeks. So for entertainment, because I know I'm doing something this weekend on Friday or Sunday, I need to add money to it. So I'm going to try to just get away with adding $50 and being as frugal as possible to make dinner out with friends work for $50 or lunch. So here is my Christmas money. And so here's how much I have saved up, which is way cool that I have this. And so I'm going to do, and I've been saving $35 a week, so I will do $35. I'll count that later. Beauty, we just used what was in the beauty envelope for my children's haircuts today. So that is at 0. And I'm probably the next one that needs a haircut. It's really for my 4 and 3-year-old and myself haircuts. I'm not a huge makeup person. I'd like to get a manicure at some point, but that's not happening right now. So since I'm the next one wanting a haircut and it'd be nice to get one soon, I'm going to try to put $20 in there for this week. And birthdays, I'm going to go with 25. All right, perfect. So let me add this up. And like I said, probably do it with pencil the first time. I did not, and it was a disaster. All right, 35 equals 180. So envelope total is 180. I need to go to the bank tomorrow to cash or deposit one of my checks that didn't go through online banking today for some reason. And then what I will do is, do I have scissors in here? Probably not. Try to hide things from toddlers so I never know where I have hidden it so that they can't get it. But I have easy access to it. And clearly, I don't have easy access to my scissors. Maybe they're in here. There's so many things up here there. All right. So I will just go ahead and cut out this cute little thing. Possibly. Wow. I'm struggling at cutting. That's hilarious. All right. Maybe I need to teach a video on how to cut or take a video. All right, so going back. All right, so, and I will, usually write down goals this month. I don't have any right now. Again, stay on track, trying to get this done. So back to here. So this is the cash envelope breakdown. So I'm going to say birthdays. We want 25. So I will do 120 and 15. And I think it depends on the envelope you have as far as bills, but birthday, I'm not buying little things here and there most likely, so I tend to just do bigger bills. And then groceries, I just end up getting usually big bills for that. Entertainment, excuse my writing, I'm trying to hurry because this video I feel like is forever long. All right, and then again, I'll do that big one for groceries. Christmas is 35, so I will do 20, 35. Probably at some point I will take some of that in to just get bigger bills so that my envelope doesn't become huge. I'm not sure either if I want to put it in a savings account. People talk about not wanting to have a lot of cash on them, so I get that. I don't tend to carry it with me, but it would be a bummer if it got stolen, so I get that. And I will just get a 20. So then the beauty is 2, 3, 1, 2. So that's a total of $10. Wow, 60 and 100. And so again, I need no ones. I need 2 5s for a total of 10. I need 1 10. I need 3 20s. And 2 50s for 100. And then I always add it up again just to make sure that I've got the right amount. So 0, 6, 7, 8. So 180. And check over here with my is 180. So then I'll put this with me and I'll go to the bank in the morning, deposit my check, and get that cash out. So I tend to leave this blank for the week and fill in any other expenses that came out of these paychecks and that I need to get. So I will go through every day, open my checking account, look at what was spent besides this, which really shouldn't be anything besides what's on this list. But like I said, fuel will come up, maybe some babysitting, things like that I will add. And then towards the end of the week, I will subtract all out. Again, not using the sinking funds, the extra debt right now. I am not using this particularly week by week. I usually at the end of the month, whatever cash I have left in my envelopes, I'm hoping to, put towards it. And then I actually am picking one bill that I am paying more on. Right now I'm working on refinancing my house to possibly lower my interest rate, get rid of the PMI. So there's a few things I've been doing and calling on to see if that will help. And then again, the extra savings, not using. The idea is to get this down to 0. I also don't do that either because going into next week with some of my higher priced items, oops, sorry, I will need to carry some of this cash in for these higher priced items. I have my mortgage that comes out, a car payment, student loans, credit card, home equity loan, another credit card. So this will be a huge week and I'll need to carry as much as I can of this week. So for my first week and second week, I tend to have some carryover, and then by the third and fourth week, it really does slow down because most of these items are smaller. Of course, all my big stuff comes through at the same time. So please leave me any comments you have. I think I'm going to stop there because I feel like this video is forever long. And I will post this Wednesday. Every Wednesday there'll be a budget video from me. I'll probably try to make them shorter and go over some of the other pages. Like if we sketch, oh my goodness, so many, is the expense tracker. So this is kind of like your check register. So I will start filling that out and I'll show you how I use that in my next video. So let me know what you think, questions you have, how maybe helping you get started as far as what products to buy. Like I said, at this point, just get a spiral notebook and start, because as soon as you start, it's going to get better. It will look horrible For those of you who are in massive denial, like I've been many times in my life, I know what to do. I just need to actually do it myself. So get started. Knowledge is power. Please let me know if you guys have any other questions. Go ahead and like this video if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel if you want more of these. So Monday I do plan with me videos and everything planner related. Wednesday I'm doing budget videos, and Friday I will do organization videos. So check it out as I start posting more and more videos. Thanks guys. Bye.